Hey, what's going on, gamers? Welcome to the return video of me back to Grounded, getting ready for Grounded 2 in just 21 days now. Today we're going to be discussing 10 things Grounded 2 probably won't have, but they really should, at least in my opinion. And I'm walking while we're doing it, so let's go ahead and get into it. All right, like I said, I've got 10 things here. Number one, we're going to start off with damage numbers. Now in Grounded 1, when we craft a weapon, all we get to see is a little red bar that just says this much damage. It's a mystery number. Nobody knows how much it is. I would love to know how much it is. I would love to know that my weapon does 2 damage, and if I get coup de grace, there's a 5% chance that I will hit a critical strike that will be between 2 to 5 damage. You know what I mean? I think that would be absolutely huge. Let me know down in the comments if you're on board with that or not. Now in Grounded 1, we had enemy health bars at the top of the screen, but I think it would actually be cooler, and you guys let me know what you think about this, if enemy health bars were like above the enemy's head rather than on part of our heads up display. And also, I think something that would be really cool is you peep the creature, you unlock the card. As you kill more creatures, you unlock more stats about that creature. That creature has 20 health and does 5 damage for this attack or whatever. Level it up again. This creature does 10 damage with this attack, and also possibly, if there's a way, list all the attacks and possibly the block patterns for each bug, if that makes sense. So like a progressive thing, which also leads me kind of into another idea where the gold cards will be grindable, farmable, etc., rather than a random chance to obtain a gold card. Give us a goal, 5,000 ladybug kills, which is a big number, but you get what I'm saying. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think about that one. All right, next up, so with Grounded 1, we were fairly limited to what we could design and build and be super creative with. We had to be extremely creative in order to come up with some unique builds in Grounded 1. But what I would like to see is a dye system and a painting system. So that way, if we have mushroom walls with individual bricks, maybe we could paint those walls. Maybe we could put some, flower petals in a grinder to get like purple dye and use that in our little custom made spray can or something like that. I think that would be amazing. Next up, number 4, running out of breath a little bit, but that's okay. It's all part of being more active, you know what I mean? So I want, obviously there's 4 teenagers. I want a reason to pick each one. I want to pick Willow because she's the grass master and does more damage to grass just by base, skill. Right off the bat, she just does more damage to grass than every other character does. Maybe Pete is the master of two-handed weapons, and he does more damage with two-handers. Once again, back to the numbers thing. How much more damage? Don't keep it a mystery. Tell me how much damage I'm doing. Is it 2%? Does it scale with everything else? So if I get a weapon, a mint mace or whatever, does that mint mace also just do 2% more damage? Like, I don't know. We need numbers. I need to min-max these things. Number 5, and the next thing I would like to see in Grounded 2 is crafting quality. I think this would be super cool. So here I am. I'm at the crafting bench. I make a pebblet axe. I can either make a common pebblet axe. Maybe I can have a small % chance to make a rare pebblet axe that does more damage. Or maybe even I can have a really small chance to craft 11 legendary pebblet axe that will do quite a bit more damage. Or maybe I can take 2 commons, combine them together to make, you know, a rare version. I think that would be kind of cool, but once again, something they won't have in the game, but I wish they would. That would be awesome. All right, you made it halfway through the video. Here we are, 5 out of 10 we just completed there. Make sure to consider hitting that like and subscribe button for your man here, because we out here walking, making videos. My first time ever trying this. Yeah, go ahead and do that, and make sure to tune into the live streams every night here on YouTube or on Twitch. The links will be down in the description. And if you want to maybe do some base tour stuff in the future, check the Discord down in the link too and join up. Show us some of your stuff. All right, to add to something I had talked about earlier, with the gold cards being grindable and not randomly dropped, I also think the trophies should be the same way. So maybe, you know, there's a list of achievements you have to do with each bug. You know, kill 10 weevils with a spear, kill 10 weevils with an axe, kill 10 weevils with a hammer, unlocks the trophy. Maybe at a certain amount of challenges you unlock the gold version of a trophy. Now that would be sweet. That would be kind of cool, not gonna lie. Now in Grounded 2, supposedly we get a dash, but I want to say, and correct me if I'm wrong because I haven't watched much Grounded 2 content yet, the dash is a active ability that comes when you have daggers equipped. So maybe not everybody gets a dash, but I tell you what I want that they probably won't add to the game is a slide. I want to be able to slide. One of my most favorite games in the entire world is Apex Legends. And I love that game because the fluidity of the player movement is so good. It just feels great to play. And I think after coming back and revisiting Grounded 1 here, that I really want to slide, dude. I just want to slide around. Just let me slide, you know? If I'm crouching while running, just slide. Slide. You know what I mean? Next up on the list of things that I would love to see in Grounded 2 is shiny, you could say shiny because most people know what Pokemon are, but rare versions of creatures. So you're just walking through the backyard, you see a ladybug, that's a cool ladybug, and then you see a sparkling, glistening ladybug. Maybe, you know, that could fall under, I don't know what you could do with that, but that would be sick, you know? Kill 5 shiny creatures or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, that would. Lastly, the last thing I want, and this is kind of like a minute thing, and this might become available, but if you guys notice in Grounded 1, you have a dagger or an axe. You also have a torch. Now, the staffs in the game in Grounded 1 are one-handed staffs. But you can't have a torch. You can't carry a torch with a staff? You gotta be kidding me with that. How the heck am I supposed to staff things in a dark and mysterious cave if I can't hold a torch? And no, I'm not gonna put a Firefly helmet on. I don't want to. My armor set gives me more damage with staffs. Why the heck do I want to put a freaking helmet on? So please, in Grounded 2, let me hold my torch in my offhand with a one-handed staff. Please, that would be great. Or there's some games like, I think Enshrouded maybe does it, maybe not. Allows you to equip a torch to your belt, which sounds weird, but maybe something along those lines. I don't know. You guys let me know in the comments what you think, and I will let you know right now if you watch this part of the video. This is very hard to do. Talk and walk and try to sound somewhat professional. So give me an A for effort. Hit that like button. Consider subscribing if you're not. Make sure you stay tuned. Notification bell on. Because because we're doing the thing. I'm down 30 pounds, by the way. Weight in today, baby. Down 30. Let's keep it going. You guys be good, and I'll see you next time. Pieces.